Today we're going to pull back the curtain on a fundamental rule of the universe. It's something that's happening all around you right now, connecting something as simple as clapping your hands to the incredibly complex engine in your car. So yeah, let's dive in.
Seriously, go on, try it. Just clap your hands together. You feel that? That little bit of warmth? It kind of feels like it just appeared out of nowhere, and then a second later, it's just gone. But where does it actually go? That simple question, believe it or not, leads us straight to a core principle of how everything works.
All right, so let's start our investigation right there with this little disappearing act. It feels like a magic trick we see every single day, but trust me, it's pure physics.
See, the energy from your moving hands doesn't just poof out of existence, it transforms. First, it becomes the sound that you hear, and then that sound energy turns into a tiny amount of heat, warming up the air molecules around you. And here's the key, the energy changes its form, but it never, ever just disappears.
And that right there brings us to the big answer, the universe's most basic rule of accounting. You might have heard of it. It's called the first law of thermodynamics, and it is an absolute cosmic rule.
You can think of it like this. The universe keeps perfect books. The total amount of energy that exists is totally fixed. You can't make it from nothing, and you can't get rid of it. All you can ever do is change its form.
I just love this way of thinking about it. Energy is this constant presence, and it's just swapping costumes all the time. One second it's motion, the next it's heat, maybe after that it's electrical potential, but the total amount of energy in the system, that always stays the same.
You know, a really great analogy is money. You can't just magically create a $100 bill out of thin air, right? But you can definitely exchange it for 520s or 10 10s. The total value is always $100. It's just in a different form. Well, energy works the exact same way.
Okay, so if energy is always changing form, how does that transfer actually happen? Well, it turns out there are two main ways energy gets from point A to point B. Through heat and through what physicists call work.
And the core difference between them really comes down to one word: organization. Work is organized energy transfer. It's a focused, directional force, like pushing a box across the floor. Heat, on the other hand, is completely disorganized energy transfer. It's just the chaotic, random jiggling of molecules, like the warmth you feel coming off a fire.
A car engine is just a perfect example of work in action. You have all this chemical energy locked up in gasoline, and through a series of controlled explosions, boom, it gets converted into the highly organized mechanical work of pushing a piston down. And that process, happening thousands of times a minute, is what turns the wheels and moves your car forward.
But, and this is a huge but, here's the catch. No energy transformation is ever perfect. Every single time you convert energy to do useful, organized work, some of it is going to escape as disorganized heat. It's like a universal transaction fee, an energy tax that you can never, ever avoid.
This energy tax is what brings us to the real-world consequences of this law. It's the price of change, and it's why we're in a constant battle for efficiency. This is where the physics stops being theory and starts affecting everything from our wallets to the entire future of technology.
So that same car engine we were just talking about, get this, on average, it's only about 25% efficient. That means a staggering 75% of the energy in the fuel is lost as that tax, as waste heat. Think about that next time you fill up your tank. For every dollar you spend, 75 cents is just going to warm up the air. It's not moving you anywhere. That is the price of this law in action.
And this isn't just about cars. Once you start looking for it, you see it everywhere. An old-school light bulb, it actually produces way more heat than it does light. Your laptop fan kicks on because it's trying to get rid of all that waste heat from processing information. Even your own body is constantly generating heat as it converts the food you eat into motion. This is why engineers are obsessed with making things more efficient. It's a constant fight against this fundamental cost.
So the main thing to walk away with is this. Energy is always conserved, but every single transformation has a cost, and that cost is paid in heat. And this isn't some bug or design flaw that we can engineer our way out of. No, it's a fundamental, unchangeable feature of our physical reality. It literally sets the ultimate speed limit on all of our technology.
Which of course leaves us with one final, really fascinating question. If the total amount of energy is always constant, if it never really disappears, then why do we have energy crises? Why can't we just capture all that waste heat and reuse it in some kind of perfect, never-ending cycle? The answer to that, well, that gets into a whole other law of the universe, and it's a story for another time.